Hey guys, it's PamLashawn here, and I'm coming to you guys with a video. Finally, I know it's been a long time since I've uploaded a video, and actually I've never done a makeup video before, but after talking to some people, I finally decided I would put it out. My problem was that I'm a perfectionist when it comes to doing certain things, because I know people on YouTube could be so critical and so hard, and I just didn't feel like the lighting that I was getting in my closet, or that I am getting in my closet, and everything was not what I wanted it to be. But you have to start somewhere. So I'm gonna use this Morphe palette. I've used it once. I got it in the mail and I used it once. I haven't used it too much. I just ordered it maybe about a week and a half ago, and it finally came in the mail. You know, there was someone on my page that commented on my YouTube page on the video that I did with my makeup room, and she just gave me a lot of words of encouragement. I was kind of feeling a little discouraged about doing the video, and she gave me a lot of words of encouragement, and I really appreciate her. As a matter of fact, let me find her name so I can tell you who she is. Her name is Reese Wilson. She was very encouraging, and I've had people, I don't have many subscribers, as y'all know, duh, I don't put out many videos, but I've had people to subscribe to my channel, and I hadn't even uploaded a video in like 5 months, and I only have 2 videos. So I was like, that must be a sign for me to go ahead and just do the freaking video. So I used this last night, and I used a primer on my eyebrows, and it lasts pretty much the whole day. I did have to go in and touch up just a little bit, but nothing major. So I'm going to use this again, these two again, and just see what happened. I also forgot to set my face. I forgot to spray my face, and I did get a little oily, but not too much, and that was just from these two. So I'm going to use it again. So I'm going to take the Becca and use this in my T-zone area, and then the rest of the areas where I don't get that oily, I'm going to use that Hangover, the Too Faced Hangover, and that should be good. If you guys have watched my previous videos, you would know that I am working on my skin. I had some really bad acne and scarring in my face, and I just finally got tired of trying to pile on so much makeup, and it didn't look, you know, as natural or as pretty, trying to use so much makeup to cover up the scarring. So I took the time to start really getting to know my skin and doing what I needed to do to make it look pretty. And if you've seen the video before, you would know that I have really come a long way, but I still have a long way to go. There's still some things in my face that I want to get rid of. I've noticed that when I use these whites to remove my makeup, my face breaks out more. So I just decided that I'm not going to use it anymore. I don't know. Today I'm going to try, when I get ready to remove my makeup, I'm going to use a oil. I'm going to use grapeseed oil to remove it and see what happens. Hopefully everything will turn out good, but if it does not, I'm going to find something else to start removing my makeup with, but it will no longer be these wipes. As you can see, I still have a little scarring here. I even have this little problem where I had a really nasty bump that was just so disrespectful, and I didn't pop it. I used some tea tree oil and just kept putting it on there, and this is the scarring that it left. For the concealer, guys, I'm using the Colourpop concealer. This is in the color 1050. I'm going to use this. This is my second time, I believe my second time using it, and I like it. I'm not gonna, I don't think that it's like a full coverage, but I think it's good on the eyes. Let's see. I'm going to use this M535 Morphe brush. I'm going to go in with Cut Crease just to get started. Well, I've already gotten started, but whatever, child. And I'm still using the Cut Crease. I haven't changed colors or anything yet, so I don't want you guys to think that I'm just over here running my mouth and not telling what I'm doing. This is the same color that I'm using as my transition color. So I don't know if you guys noticed, but I have one eye that's hooded and one eye that's not, and it makes it very hard for my eyeshadow to look the same. I don't think it ever will, because this eye start off hooded in the morning, and maybe like after 12 or 1 o'clock it's no longer hooded. Some real crap going on, some real fishy crap going on with these eyes. But recently I just met my dad. I got in touch with him in March. The first time me ever talking to him, hearing his voice or anything. So what happened was, my mom got pregnant with me. They lived in Maryland, and when it wasn't that she found out she was pregnant, my grandmother decided to move her or anything like that. It was just that my grandmother liked to, she lived in a lot of different places. So that was around the time that she was getting ready to move again. So my mom was maybe a couple of months pregnant with me. She did tell him, but he was young. He didn't know anything about what he was doing. He was just kind of like, okay, well, whatever. And my mom moved, and that was pretty much it. She was still pregnant with me. She never talked to him again, never seen him again, any of that. So now I was getting ready to go in with Forever, but I think before I do that, I'm going to go in with Mask, just to kind of deepen it a little bit more before I go in with the other color. So I'm going to take a new, wait, what brush did I just use? Girl, what brush did you just use? Okay, so I'm going to take this no, I'm not. I'm going to take, stuff is falling. This MAC 224 brush and Mask. Now I gotta go back and see which one is Mask again. Okay, so let me show you guys on here. This one is Mask. So this is the whole palette, as you can see, and then this one is Mask. So I'm gonna take that one, just kind of tap it in, take off the extra crap that's going on, and just deepen it a little bit more. And this time I'm just staying right in the crease. I'm not going as high as I did with the other color. So my mom moved here to Houston, and I always believed that my little sister and my brother's dad was my dad. I called him dad, everything. And after some years of doing that, my mom finally explained to me that he was not my dad, and that my dad lived in Maryland and his name was Wendell Chase. But she didn't have too much information to go off of because she was young, and you know, things happen, and I don't blame her, so I don't want anybody else judging my mother. She did tell me that he was not my dad. And as I got older, I think about 17, I started to ask more questions about him. I wanted to try to find him. She told me this probably when I was about 12 or 13, that he was not my dad. So when I got 17, when I turned 17, I started to ask more questions about him. Who was he? What was his background? What school did he go to? Things of that nature. And so I would go on Google and try to find him. I couldn't find him. I would pay people to try to find him. Couldn't find any information on him. And so then one day when I was talking to my aunt, I was explaining to her that I really wanted to find him. And she told me, she said, Pam, your dad is probably dead or in prison somewhere, because he lived a bad life. Like, not bad like out robbing, killing, stuff like that. He was just in trouble a lot, I guess. And so it kind of hurt me that she said that to me, but I never did give up on finding him. Every once in a while I would still like try to Google him or try to find family. I would go on Facebook, try to find family, things of that nature. I went to work one day and I was sitting in front of the computer, so I was like, you know what, let me just try to go in and Google him one more time and see if I can find him. So I put in the name Wendell Chase. No hits came back. So I was like, okay, let me go on Facebook again. I'm sure 1,000,001 Wendell Chases will come back, but I'm gonna go through every single one until I find my dad. So now I'm gonna go in with Forever. Forever is up here. My finger is kind of in the way, but it's up there. I'm gonna use that color. It's like a dark champagne color. I'm gonna use that just to kind of go in the corners again. So anyways, I was like, let me go online and see what I can find. So I went on Facebook and I typed in the name Wendell Chase in Maryland, and so many names came back. It was ridiculous. I mean, even Police Chase came. I don't know if you guys can see what I'm doing, so I'm gonna zoom in a little bit more. Okay, so I went in and I put in the name, and a bunch of names came back, which is the name Wendell Chase, Police Chase, all kind of Chase came up. It was like trying to find a needle in a haystack. But I kept looking. I didn't give up. I kept looking. And I remember my aunt telling me, she said, Pam, you're going to know when you find him because he has some of the strangest eyes that I've ever seen. And so I was going through these pictures, and right when I got ready to give up, I came across this guy's face, and he looked so mean. I mean, he just looked so mean. But I was looking through his profile, and it said that he had graduated from Central High School, or he went to Central High School. He lived in Walker, Maryland. All these things had come up. I scrolled down a little bit more, and this picture just blew me away. As soon as it popped up, it was this man with green eyes. He had moles all in his face here, and I don't know if you guys know, but I just recently had all my moles removed in my face. You can still see some on my neck, my chest, my back, but I had majority of my moles removed just recently. So I'm looking at his face, and I call my husband. I'm like, Cliff, this man looks like he could be my dad, and if he's not my dad, then he must be someone that is that knows my dad. He must be like an uncle or something. And so my husband wanted to see what he looks like, and he asked me to pull up the picture. He asked me to tell him who he was, and he was going to go pull up his picture on Facebook. And so he pulled it up, and he was like, Pam, I don't think that's your dad. And I told him, I said, I think that he is my dad. I think that if he's not my dad, he's somebody that knows my dad, because this guy and I kind of favor, like we look alike. And this is everything about my dad. The only difference was that his name on Facebook was Vernon Chase, and I knew of Wendell Chase. So I Googled a little bit more after I got off the phone with my husband. He wanted to kind of dig into his background a little bit and Google him. So I went on Google and I typed in Vernon Chase in Maryland, and it came back as a Vernon W. Chase, which, remember I told you I knew of my dad as being Wendell Chase. I Googled, and I still didn't get a picture of him, but except the picture that was on Facebook, but it gave me like, he owned a business, so it gave me like his business number and all of that stuff. So I used that number that was on there, and I had my husband wanted to call. He didn't want me to call. He wanted to call. I'm using canvas and something, just kind of going back and forth between them to fill in this empty space right here that's in the around the little halo effect I got going on. But anyways, my husband wanted to call him, and so I was waiting patiently for my husband to call me back and tell me what he said. And my husband, the moment he called me back, he was like, baby, that's your daddy. That's your daddy. And I remind you before, my husband like, Pam, that's not your daddy. I don't want you to get your hopes up high. If he's not your dad, and if he is, you got to be willing to accept that he may not want to have anything to do with you, because he don't know you. You got to think that if he's married and have other kids, he may not want to have anything to do with you. He's like, I just want you to be prepared. And so when he called me back, he was like, Pam, that's your dad. That's your dad. And I was like, well, how do you know? Did he say I was his kid? Like, what did he say? And he said, well, when I was talking to him, telling him everything about what your mom said, he was like, he kind of remembered, and he wanted me to call your mom and basically ask her, you know, some more questions. And he said that he called my mom, told him that they both knew some Rays, Charles Ray, Kevin Ray, and all of them, and my dad remembered. So he was like, Pam, that is your dad. And him and my husband sat on the phone for the longest. I didn't know nothing about this man, hadn't talked to him yet or anything. And he and my husband sit on the phone just like talking and kikiing and up. And I'm like, I don't know anything about this man, but my husband had talked to him. So let me just call and see what's going on. So I called him and I explained to him that, you know, I have been trying to find him for the longest. So before I go any further, I'm going to use this Makeup Forever, and hopefully this will be good for today. So this is Makeup Forever, and this is in the color... What color is this? Number 77. So it says number 77 on here. So I talked to him and I was just like, I have been looking for you everywhere. I'm glad I finally get to talk to you. And we were on the phone for maybe like 3 minutes. It was probably like 3 minutes. And he and my husband were on the phone for the longest. But our conversation was like 3 minutes. So what I did was I called him and asked him would he be willing to take a test. Okay, so my camera did shut out while I was telling y'all my story and putting on my foundation. So all that I did was go ahead and blend out my foundation while I checked the video and see where it actually stopped. So I used the Makeup Forever. This brush is a girl, It Cosmetics. It's kind of fading away. Number 10, or no, number 110. It's fading away. Okay, so anyways, I called my dad and I asked him was he willing to take the test. I'll go back some. Take a paternity test. And he told me, he said, you know, back in my day, he said when a woman say that you were her child, you didn't get no paternity test. You just did what you have, you know, you just took care of the child. And he was like, we don't have to get a paternity test. You know, I believe you, my daughter. We look just alike. I've seen the pictures. He's like, we don't have to get a paternity test. But I wanted it. It was just closure for me so that I can move forward. I needed to know that he was my dad, which I felt like in my spirit. I felt in my spirit. In my spirit, I felt that he was my dad. But I guess I just needed to have confirmation. And so he agreed. He told me yes, he would just set it up, let him know. So I did. I set it up and I had it to where he was able to go and take a test in Maryland, and I was able to take my test down the street from my job. So I set it up. The next day after me talking to him, I spoke to him on a Thursday, and I spoke to him on Wednesday. On Thursday I made the call to have it set up, and then on Friday we both took the test. Well, it was supposed to be like a week, I think they said, a week for the test results to come back. So that Friday I sat in front of my computer. I was waiting to get the following Friday. I was waiting to get the test results back, and nothing had come back. And I know they told me, the person that I spoke to, she said you will get your results before 6 o'clock. So I kept waiting. I was sending emails. Like, I was so eager to know. I needed to know so bad. I kept sending emails, all of this stuff, and nothing was coming back. So finally, on my way home from work, I was like, you know what? I'm tired of waiting. It's like 5:58. I'm about to call. And I sat in front of my house, and it was 5:58, and I started calling. And as soon as I picked the phone to call, this email came through saying results for DNA test. So I'm on my phone. I'm trying to check it. I couldn't get anything to work on my phone. It wouldn't pull up on my phone. This is the Born This Way concealer in the color Deep Tan. I got on my husband's computer. It wouldn't download. So then finally it downloaded, and it took forever for it to come through, and it finally said, the paper came up, and I'm reading the paper, and I didn't understand what it was saying. But then I just so happened to look at the bottom, and when I looked at the bottom, it said 99.988888888% he was my dad. And I just went to screaming. So I called him and I was like, you are my dad, 99.88. And he just started saying, I knew it, I'm the dad, I'm her dad. And so I talked to my grandmother that day, and then I started getting all of these friend requests from his side of the family. They were just sending us congratulations, and my family was sending us congratulations. And it was such a happy moment. It was such a happy moment because my family knew that I had been looking for my dad, and my husband knew, and my kids knew, and all of this, but I never found him until this moment. And then it was just like amazing. It was the most amazing feeling ever, and I just started calling him dad immediately. There was no Vernon or let me get to know you first or any of that. And so I told my husband, and he called my husband. He thinks so highly of my husband because of the way my husband handled the situation when he called him. He was like, you know, he was very respectful, he was very professional with it, and he made it very clear that you guys didn't want anything from me. You just wanted to have a relationship with me and all of this stuff. And so that night my husband had talked to him, and he was like, just book me a flight. He was like, and so I think it was like 3 weeks out, we found him a ticket and he came. And ever since that day, we've been inseparable. He loved his grandkids. He loved me and my husband, and we love him back. And I have a little sister. She has two, well, she has a baby on the way, and she have a 1-year-old, I believe. He's 1. And so I talk to her. We don't talk as much as I would like for us to, but we do keep in contact. And so that's my little story, and I'm pretty excited. I am going to take my Cover Effects powder and just go over my whole face with it. I'm not gonna use that powder. I'm just gonna go over my whole face, and this is the Morphe E3 brush. Just setting my whole face. So hopefully I can get this video edited and put up by Tuesday. I said I wanted to try to get a video up by this week, but we've been so busy with the holidays and everything that I hadn't been able to get a video put out this week, but I am gonna get one out. I don't know if y'all hear my stomach. It is like growling so loud. I'm so hungry. I'm hungry, and then everybody in my house is getting sick, so drink my coffee that is now a little cold. And then I'm going to take my Tartiest Contouring Palette. I think this is makeup by Shayla's collaboration with Tarte. And I'm going to bronze up my face a little bit. And I'm just going back and forth between 4 and 5 and 3. Just kind of like, I mean 4 and 3, just tapping a little bit in. And I'm going to start from there, and add some here. And this brush is the Real Technique brush. I like this brush. It's pretty good. I really like it, actually. Not just like it, I really like it. It feels like a buffing brush, but at the same time it's like a blending brush. I don't know, kind of weird, but I like it. There's one chick that I watch her YouTube channel. She uses this for everything. Her foundation, her contouring, her highlight, doing her nose here. She uses it for everything, and her makeup comes out really, really nice. I can't remember her name, but her makeup is always so nice. And she used this, oh crap. She used this one brush. Of course not for eyeshadow and things like that, but she used it for everything else. So guys, I'm hoping that, don't be too hard on me about the video. I'm still working on the lighting. I will continue to work on the lighting and everything. The problem is that I don't have any natural sunlight in the room. I turned my closet, my husband's closet, into my makeup room. So I'm using this until one of my kids go off to college or something, and then I can get their room. So I have to work with a lot of artificial light. And so I've gone through so much, and I've purchased so many cameras not knowing why this was happening, until my cousin's husband came over. My husband's cousin came over, and he kind of just told me what I needed to do as far as to keep a little light in the inside, but he did explain that it was going to be really hard because I needed artificial light. So I'm just working with what I have, and I'm sure the quality of the video will get better. Right now I'm using a Canon T6i. Maybe I can get my husband to buy me a Canon 70D. So I'm going to take this same matte contour number 3 and just kind of, oh crap, I wasn't trying to do that, but I can fix that. That's not an issue, I hope. I'm just kind of fixing this nose a little bit, honey. And I don't even, to be honest, I don't even know if it's any helpful. This nose is big, and guess what? Oh crap, look what I did. And guess what? It is what it is. I can't fix this nose unless I have surgery, and I'm not doing that. People go out there and start having them nose jobs, and the next thing you know, it's harder to fix. They can't fix it. When I met my dad, I was like, okay, now I see why my eyelids are that low. My eyebrows are that low, and it's because his are too. But I would like to get it fixed where they're not hooded. I just feel like if they were like, whatever. If I had more eyelid, that my eyeshadow would be the way that I want it. So I'm going to use this MAC Mocha Matte powder blush and just rub that in really, really good. And I'm going right above the contour. This color is really, really light, so you really have to rub the brush in. I mean the brush in the blush to pick some up because it is so light. Okay. And the brush that I just used was a Morphe 403. So I'm going to take this pencil brush. This is a Morphe 578. And I'm just going to take that, what color is this? The Forever that I used in the corner. And just bring it to the bottom. So I thought my family was going to church with me, but apparently I got a couple upstairs that are still sick. So I'm gonna go up here and doctor them up, and then I'm gonna go to church. My husband's gonna stay home with them. So I need to hurry up actually, which kind of works out because it takes them forever to get ready for church. And I'm using the Maybelline Big Shot Mascara. I've been using this mascara for a long time now, and I still don't know how I really, really feel about it. I have that one that I like, and then also this L'Oreal Lash Paradise. Kind of reminds me of the what is it called? Better Than Sex. Kind of reminds me of that one. But to be honest, I do know how I feel about this. I like it. I need to find another one for my bottom lashes. Something smaller and a little more narrow. I'm going to use this MAC eyeliner pencil just to kind of go over my, use this. go over my lining. I can't even get my words out, but it is so hard to do makeup and talk. There we go. There we go. I took my hair down. I don't know, my hair is doing something weird today. Yesterday and the day before it was just so cute, but I think I might have not put my scarf on the right way last night and my bonnet, and some of them crinkled up a little bit more. But guess what? When it falls, it's gonna be really, really pretty. So I'm just gonna let it do its thing, and we'll get it together. We'll get it together. It's gonna puff up some more and fall more and everything like that. But other than that, I still love my little twist out, honey. Okay, so I'm going to use, before I set my face, I'm gonna use these Colourpop Lippies. To finish, I need to start off by lining the lip. Okay, and then I'm going to take the 951 and then the CURVII, and just pop that in the center. Okay, and then I'm going to use two setting sprays. Don't judge me. I'm going to use the Urban Decay D-Slick. This is a mattifying spray, and I'm going to also use a Skin Denavia on my face. So let this dry up a little bit. I'm still trying to fluff this hair, girl. Still trying to fluff this hair, girl. These little coils, honey, come through. What you think about my hair and my makeup? What you think?
I can look at me. Oh, look at me.
Yeah. Say it to the camera so they hear you. Say it to the camera, poo-poo, baby.
Your hair looking like a da bomb.
Looking like a da bomb. All right.
But did you die?
Okay, so you are at the end of the video. I just wanted to show you something really quick. So I told you all that my hair will fall and it will get a little fluffier and a little prettier, and it's only been about 10 minutes since I stopped recording. I went and my husband made me a breakfast sandwich, so I ate the breakfast sandwich and downloaded the video to my iMac and came back, and now my hair is already fluffing up and looking a lot better. So maybe in about 10 more minutes, maybe I'm just saying, maybe about 10 more minutes it will look even fluffier and it will begin to fall some more, because I know at first, honey, it was kind of looking like Predator, still looking like little worms were in my head, but this is what it looks like. As of right now, it's a little more fluffier, and you know, it's starting to get like kind of like bushy almost, to where it can fluff and fall a little bit more. So I just wanted to show you all this in it is very bouncy. I mean, so hopefully my next video I can do a natural hair tutorial and show you all how I got my little twist out and everything, or maybe I'll do something else. I'm not sure yet. I'll keep you guys posted. Lip stuff I had going on did kind of fade out, so here we go. All right, so that's my hair. I didn't want y'all to think that I was gonna be walking around looking like Predator all day with my little crinkles, but this is it. Okay, all right, peace out.